to the gym any this week. So my cup is still empty.
Right.
So Josiah is left hanging over here.
Hello everyone, thank you for tuning again with us for Things I Wish I Would Have Known Before I Got Married, episode 4. On this channel, I talk about marriage, we talk about relationships, I talk about, being a stay-at-home mom, I do Fashion Friday, inspirational messages. If that is something that you are interested in, please subscribe to this channel. Last episode, I asked you to drop in the comments or questions of if you were single, married, or you were engaged or whatever question that you had. So we had a really interesting question. The person asked the question, how do you know if your cup is running empty? That's the first part of the question. So we're going to answer that question for you. From personal experience, how I know if my husband cup is running empty is I pick up on his cues. We've been together for so many years. We've been married for almost 7 years. So I know when he's frustrated, he's cranky, he's irritable, I know that something's wrong, and those are the cues I kind of pick up off of him.
Yeah, I would always start off by saying that closed mouths don't get fed. And so I will always encourage that the husband or the wife, whoever you're in a relationship with, I'll always encourage them to communicate. Because if I don't know if something is going wrong, with my wife or vice versa, how can I expect anything to change in my relationship or in my marriage? And so I'll always encourage the individual to communicate. But on this evening, we do have a small illustration that we want to start off by saying. I want you all to look at something, okay? So here it is, we have a cup. This cup is going to indicate, my heart. It's going to indicate my heart's desires, my expectations, the expectations that I expect in a marriage, my desires, my wants, and my needs. And my wife, she's going to have her cup as well.
Okay. So this illustration, I want to kind of give you an idea of where we're trying to go with this illustration. So we both went to Starbucks today, okay? Starbucks is going to represent happiness, okay? So we both went to Starbucks, which equals happiness, but happiness for us look different. So that means that he wanted a different drink than me, but we both want happiness, which is Starbucks, but he has different ingredients to happiness than I do.
Here's the question. The question was asked, how do you know that your partner needs are being met? And so now the question becomes, what are your partner needs? What are their needs? What are their expectations? Because if I don't know your expectations, if I don't know your needs, if I don't know your desires, then I don't know what you want. Mm-hmm. How can I give you what you want if you don't know what you want? Mm-hmm. And so now the question is, what do I want? So if Rochelle came to me, we're talking, we're dating, or we're married, and she says, Josiah, what's some of the things that you want? What's some of the things that you expect? What's some of the things that you like to do? What's some of the things you don't want to do? And so I have this cup right here. This is what we're going to use. And she's going to ask me, are my partner needs are being met? Okay. And so some of my needs are, for example, I love going to the gym. And so one of my desires would be going to the gym. Secondly, I love spending quality time with my wife, right? So that's one of my second needs. Third, I just love being able sometimes to just spend time to myself outside of with my wife and outside of spending time with my children. I just love some me time. So those are my desires and those are my expectations. And so now the question becomes, on this week, did I have the opportunity to go to the gym? Okay. And honestly, the answer is no. Right? So the answer is no. The cup is still empty right now. Right. So Rochelle, I want you to grab your cup. Okay. And I want to ask you, we've been married for going on for how long now?
We're 6 years.
6 years.
December 14th makes 7 years for us.
So in my marriage and our marriage, you're my partner, and we're going to communicate right now. Of course, we can't give you everything, but I can try my best to at least meet you halfway if I want this marriage to work. So what's some of your desires? What's some of your needs? What's some of the things that you expect from me or in the marriage?
3 things that I need in order to keep my cup full is I need 1, support. If you're supporting me, I need whatever I'm doing, I need your support. 2, I also want to spend quality time. So that's another thing to keep my cup full. 3, I want also some alone time, at least a couple hours a day away from the kids.
Okay.
And so if I have those 3 things, then my cup is full. Okay.
And I guess sometimes now with us having the kind of job that I have, with us having 3 children, and what she does on the side as well, sometimes we have to compromise. Of course, everybody's not perfect. But here's the question though. So now let's say, okay, one of my desires is going to the gym this week.
Right.
And I said I couldn't go to the gym.
Right.
So that part right there is empty.
Right.
Right. So let me ask you. So you said one of your desires were what?
My first thing, I need support.
So support. You feel like you're getting any support?
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting support.
So support.
Okay.
Out of 1 out of 10?
1 out of 10, I'm getting an 8.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. But hold on. They gotta see.
Okay, so
1 out of 10, I'm getting an 8.
So it's getting somewhat full.
Okay.
Okay. So you said that, and secondly,
I said that I need quality time. I like to spend
quality time.
Yeah,
so this week, did you get any quality time?
Yeah, we went out a couple times this week. Yeah, so I give you 10 out of 10 because we spent a lot of time with each other. Yeah.
So some of her needs are being met.
Right.
And last, you said one of your desires.
I need some time to just be by myself without the kids. Some hours out of the day.
And did you get any of that this week?
No.
Okay, so
No.
that's something that we have to work on. It's
Right.
a problem. We might have to compromise. We have to make a sacrifice.
But see, my cup it's pretty much it's not empty, but some of my needs were being met. So you did good this week.
Okay. I did good. Let's see how she did.
Okay.
Okay, so one of my desires, like we said from the beginning, was going to the gym. And I haven't gone to the gym any this week. So my cup is still empty.
Right.
So Josiah's hanging over here. And secondly, I said I love spending quality time with my wife. And I think we do that a lot.
Yeah.
Just by having, not necessarily always having to go out.
Right.
But a friend of ours has taught us pillow talk.
Right.
Just being able to talk in the pillow, just being intimate with one another. So that's some of my needs and desires.
So how well did I do with that?
We did okay. We did 50-50. I did about a good 7. Last, my thing is just being able to spend quality time with myself where I can kind of study as a pastor, read my word, read my scriptures, read some of my favorite books.
Okay.
So I think it's so on that too, 50-50. But we got, of course, areas that we should work on.
Okay, so how will I let you do that?
I say about a 6.5.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we can see our cups are not full, but we are somewhere meeting between the lines and we're not empty. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna constantly ask your spouse, if you're dating, your significant other, are your needs being met? One thing that we were not able to do, one, I didn't get enough time, being a couple hours from the kids, and he didn't get to go to the gym. But we somewhat met each other halfway. So we're not empty, but we're not full. But we can work on that. We can find ways to, okay, this last week I wasn't able to do this, so I'm gonna try to implement that in next week so that you can enjoy your working out, and I make sure that you get to do that, and he'll make sure that I'll be able to have some alone time from the kids. But one thing I do want to let you know is that it's always going to evolve. So I got married, I was 23, he was 25. I'm 30 now. So what I needed at 23, my needs were different then. So now I didn't need quality time away from the kids because we didn't have any kids then. But now, 6 years later, we have 3 kids. And so my needs have changed. So always ask your partner, ask your spouse, what are your needs so that you can continue to keep each other's glass full. And that's how you know if you're going to be giving and receiving. Just keep asking and keep evaluating that thing. If you got to do that on a weekly basis to say, okay, are your needs being met?
Right. And I think truthfully and honestly, the only way that we can make progress is through communication.
Right.
And not to get too scriptural, but we ever look at Adam and Eve. You had 2 married people who are at least hiding because something happened in the marriage. Something happened in the relationship where somebody bit a fruit. And when they bit into the fruit, they sold fig leaves on themselves and they began to hide. And I think sometimes in our walk with each other, in our marriage, in our lives, certain situations and circumstances happen. And every now and then we're going to a hiding place where we have to stop and slow down, communicate with one another so that we can make progress with one another. So sometimes we have to take the mask off and come behind the veil and say something is wrong and something needs to change if we want to make progress. And sometimes, like Adam and Eve, sometimes we have to just remove the clothing, remove our pride, let everything down and just communicate with one another so that changes can be made.
So yeah, that wraps it up for this series. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please let us know if you want anything different from us. What do you want to see me and Josiah do next? Please put that in the comments. If you have not already subscribed, please subscribe today and give us a thumbs up. Thank you for tuning in with us, and we'll see you on our next video. Have a wonderful day.